Good afternoon. It is Thursday, September the 12th, 2019. My name is Doug, and this is the daily altcoin live stream from the Intro to Cryptos channel on YouTube. Today, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin building pressure to go higher. We're going to review the altcoins crashing as we sort of are inferring that they may do. And then we'll take a look at the entire crypto sphere, but we're going to end with some practical examples of actually putting this stuff to work. And I'm going to invite you to come and join me on this trek. So if that sounds interesting to you, you're definitely going to like this live stream. Let's jump in. We'll start off with our disclaimer. This isn't trading advice, just market observation. Now, I'll jump into the main queue here and say hello. Let me know where in the world you are from. It is about 1:45 in the afternoon here. Let me know where in the world you're from and what time it is that you are on the live stream at this time of the day. Now we see in front of us, we got 4 panels. We've got Bitcoin price, Ethereum price, Litecoin price, and Ripple price. And what I'm expecting is that we should be getting prepared for these altcoins to bounce now that they've had this pullback. So I want to take a closer look at each one of these and then the coins that are on BitMEX. And we're going to do a practical BitMEX trading guide for beginners with this live stream. So I want to invite you to come and join along with me. First of all, head over to introtocryptos.ca and enter your emails to get the free webinar. It includes the complete trading system that I'm going to show you and demonstrate in this live stream. So it's a great starting point for beginners, but I want you to take this so that you're up to speed on what I'm talking about here. Or if you're interested, there are only 3 spots left now in the 3 Weeks to Mastery program. It's limited to just 10 people and it's filling up. You can check that out on the website as well. Click on 3 Weeks to Mastery and see what's going on with that. And then in this live stream, we're going to use BitMEX testnet to actually practically demonstrate the trading that we're talking about. And I invite you to open up your own account over on testnet.bitmex.com and practice all of these details along with me during this live stream. So as we are going through ADA, EOS, Ethereum, Litecoin, Tron, Bitcoin, and Ripple, we're going to be making trading decisions based on our trading pattern and our plan. And I want you to go and get the basic stuff with the 1-hour webinar on Intro to Cryptos so that you're up to speed. You know what I'm talking about here. And if you want to put this stuff into practical action yourself, I think there's nothing like that 3 Weeks to Mastery program. Now let's go back to Bitcoin. I think my computer is overdoing it on memory here. What can I close? Yep, I can close that. That brings us down a little bit. I hope that speeds things up. So we're taking a look at Bitcoin price here. And it also kicks me out of the live stream. Chat. So let me get back to that. And then I'll share this in our Discord. And check to see that the chat is working. So we've got Pumpty Dumpty. Haven't seen you around in a while. Holland. RC from Fort Lauderdale. Must be warmer than up here anyway. Good to have you guys along. Thanks for tuning in. Double check that that's working and that I'm on speed here. Now, Bitcoin prices. We've been talking about this line the last couple days. Now I have a dotted line, but we're talking about these reversal hammer reversals, hammer reversal all the way along here. We had another one, and then as we zoom in on this, we see that we had the nested 1, 2, 3s that I was talking about in yesterday's, or maybe this morning, I don't know, one of these streams recently. 1, 2, 3 bottom here, and we've got a 1, 2, 3 bottom here breaking out of a little tiny 1, 2, 3 here that it broke above. And this is a larger 1, 2, 3 bottom. So all of these nested bottoms, while we have a down trend line break, those are all the first stages of a possible breakout of a 1, 2, 3. Now the 1, 2, 3s fail 6 out of 10 times. And so as this is breaking out, this is like the most extremely dangerous time of the trade. And it's the time to be small with your trade and to keep your stop losses close. After it builds some structure, that's actually when the nitro is hit. That's when we're going to go for the bigger size trades. And I was saying that I'm anticipating this will go to the $11,800 level before making a pullback that's really significant. While this is happening, the alts are going to get crushed. We'll see Bitcoin dominance continuing to go up. We may even see that insane spike from here all the way to the 77%, which means Bitcoin's going to go raging. The alts are going to absolutely get capitulation crushed to the crazy levels. And if that's happening, then we should already be watching for those 1, 2, 3 bottom formations when they come. They're going to be extremely fast because this is like you're holding things against natural order, it seems to me. These alts seem to, for me, they're better, stronger, faster than Bitcoin. It's just that the whole world is looking at Bitcoin. And so it's getting all of the attention. It's getting all the money first. It's getting all of those ETFs and exchange traded funds and futures trading contracts. And so it's getting all the headlines, but the rest of them will get their place. And there will be a time where those turn around. So we want to watch for it. In the meantime, we should be considering making or being prepared for trading short patterns on the alts. And so I'm going to start off with this testnet BitMEX account, and we'll go through and we'll play some positions based on our position size. Say we'll see how much we have available, 0091. So if I go 0.0091, we have $93 worth of Bitcoin available. Where'd my And so we can only start off with very small positions. I'm going to go over some details of setting leverage and all of that as we unfold here. And if you like that idea of going through and actually setting up some practical BitMEX trades for beginners, then let me know in the comments down below. If you've got a question you'd like to see covered on BitMEX as we're going through this, something just pops up, put that in the comments down below. No matter when it is, I want to hear it. Actually, your questions are the leaders of thought. And if you ask a question, it'll change the direction of everything we're doing here to cover that answer. Now, let me go over to BitMEX, ADA. Even the 3 month, I want to zoom in closer than the 12-hour bar. So here we are in the 4-hour bar. And in the episodes prior, we were pointing out this uptrend line and the potential for that to be a top formation. As it was coming out through here, we were watching for that and calling that if Bitcoin goes up, these are going to go down. And sure enough, this is what happened. But the most recent thing, as I zoom in on this morning as I was watching, Bitcoin was starting to go, and this was holding its own. This was one of the few coins that was not crashing back as Bitcoin was starting to surge up. Now it seems to have lost a little bit of grip here as Bitcoin is starting to show more power off of this. This ADA may slip back even further. And the unbalanced selling, I'm on the wrong time frame. Let me double check. Close this. I've pulled up the Fibonacci. And this came back right to the 50% level. I really like to watch for the 50% level in a retracement. And so I'm considering watching for this to be a 1-2-3 add or a 1-2-3 turnaround position now. So we have generally a 1 point. We have the number 2 point. If it comes back and starts to go up and Bitcoin is doing something and pulling back, I'm going to go long on ADA. So I'm not going to do any trade in ADA as we're watching it. It's not in the trading pattern that is part of that free webinar you'll get over on intro-to-cryptos.ca. This isn't part of that trading plan. We have to wait in this market. So I'm going to go on to EOS. Now EOS, I had a short position on in this. I went short here, and then I had a successful entry. My trade was in profit, and so I put my stop loss just below my entry to protect that money. And I do believe I moved it down as prices were coming into this, and it seemed this was making a 1-2-3 formation as Bitcoin was going up. This wasn't going down. It seemed odd, and so I was more tight with my stop loss, moved it down, got tagged out, and if I had done nothing and left my stop where it was, I would be in nice profit now. And I anticipate it's going to continue coming down, but I'm not going to FOMO into chasing this one right now. Maybe at the end of the video we'll consider it, but let's go into some of the indicators since this is a consideration. Any questions at all? You can put them in the chat. This does have some selling right now. It is a bearish divergence for sure in this indicator. Let's go on back to, where's BitMEX? Okay, we'll do this one instead. EOS. There's where I was short and I got kicked out. 5-minute view is too close. The 1 hour view shows the divergence really played out from yesterday. As this was making this great high here, I was saying, yeah, that's crazy divergence. Let's see how it plays out. This is what I was anticipating, and here it is playing out. And if it works to the 50% level, then I'm going to be looking for a long position. So this is why I'm not really keen on a short now that I missed mine and I got kicked out of it. I don't expect these to come back to like keep going down the downtrend. I'm expecting that we're going to see them come back maybe to the 50%, could be to the 38, and then it'll start to turn around because by that time Bitcoin will have come up to the 11,008 and it will be starting to come its way back down. So this is going to be our switch point right in there, and it's too close for me to take on another short in this market for my own part. Maybe it'll just keep going down like this with a major bull flag and just blast right off. But that bull flag will finish with the 1-2-3 formation right at our technical support and resistance levels. So that's what I'm watching for. Now that I missed my short, I'll just stand aside on that. Let's go on to the next coin and then see what we pull out for reviews or anything out of it. Ethereum, it was also doing this, and we were calling it, saying this was a potential 1-2-3 top formation as this is setting up, and it played out 1-2-3, broke these levels, the exponential moving average crossed over, down it went another level, it gathered up and then broke down further. So we had a couple different layers in there. We could have sold short here and added on here, and I'll talk about another example in that specific example trading idea. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame, 1 hour time frame. So a lot of dumping on this side once we started crossing and crossed the top formation, the exponential moving average crossed over. This was fading off. We had the on balance volume selling. So all of the confirmational signals were there as Bitcoin was building up and breaking out. Everything was all set up there. I still anticipate this to come back, maybe even more deeply, a little bit to that 38%. And then I'm watching for that to turn around at that time. So again, I do believe it's going to come back, but I'm not going to grab this short position because it's too small for this range. Unless you put on wicked leverage and then it's crazy. And you have to just use a lot of luck. And then I'm out of luck. I was too late. We already know exactly where this exit signal is, and you have to do it when the exit signal is, not when the video is. So this is why I want you to go and get that webinar. Come over to our Discord chat and let's go over these things in real time as this is unfolding. Let's play them out in our testnet.bitmex accounts. So nothing doing here. I do want to take a look at the MACD on the 1 hour time frame. Wow, wicked. Absolutely beautiful to see this having played out so clearly and then manifested exactly the trading signal. Now, if this comes back to the 38% level, gives us the 1, 2, 3, then I'm really wanting you guys in the course. I'm really wanting you in the Discord chat so that we are talking about every single market that's making these formations. And if you want that taken care of for you and we want it provided to you every day, we have the alert service for those people who are trading and just go mind numb looking at the charts all day. We can just give it to you in a PDF every day. All of them on BitMEX. All of them on Poloniex. Whoops. Okay, this was a different slide. So we're looking at Litecoin now, and there's no trade to do now in it. But without me telling you, I'm hoping that you're seeing this top formation. This is something we shared in our alerts group. And of course, everybody in the alerts group has taken the course. Everybody knows these patterns. And so when we're seeing the 3 touches of death, and we're seeing the MACD indicator diverging off, then I did go short here at 25 times leverage. And as it came to these levels, I put on a limit order. It came up and touched my limit, and I'm twice the size now in my leveraged short. And it is up 97%, which is madness. Let's go snip that. So it's up 97%. My Bitcoin trade right now is up 1.24% because I added on to it. So let's see. There's nothing to do now in this except for watching for targets. So as this is coming back down to the 50% level, or in this level where we have support and resistance from before, it would be perfect place for it to make a bottom formation. It may just go sideways from there, but this is definitely where I'll be looking to exit. When I'm holding a short position, I want to exit it when the downtrend line is broken and it's making the 1, 2, 3. This is my exit moment right there. So now I have to watch and watch and watch and watch because it's like inside this range. That's all I'm going to trade it, and I'm going to step out. And we'll see how that goes. And I want you to follow along as we're unfolding it. Tron. Okay, I'm going to look into keyboard shortcuts for that mute button instead of me having to search for it all the time. Tron, already too late in that it made the top formation a little earlier than everything else and started to break off. Down, down it went. That's a significant percentage drop in this coin. That's past the 50% level right there in this range. Yes, it's down to the 0.38. So it's down 60%, almost 70% from the top down to where it is now. Pretty big move, but now there's no trade in it. It's got to make a 1, 2, 3 formation here. Let me clear this off and draw on new scribbles. It needs a 1, 2, 3 formation and then showing strength out of here. And it would be phenomenal because then it's inside this 1, 2, 3 of a larger setup. So the longer term trader in you would be really eyeing this up as a monstrous break of a parallel channel to the downtrend. Very, very significant if it breaks out of this parallel channel, and we're here to trade it. It's phenomenal, but nothing to do right now. It's got to make those formations. We'll watch this over the next couple days, and that may be what we take as our first trade in this setup here. Let's continue on to see if we find anything else. Ripple, same old story here now. And a beautiful story again. It's one of those stories that when you see it over and over again, it still gets you choked up. Look at that beautiful divergence, the top formation as Bitcoin's turning around. Like all of these things put together is what we're looking for. And this is what I want to be trading and practicing. And it's what I want you to follow me along and practice with me in the testnet.bitmex.com so that we're doing it for no cost. You're a complete beginner. You should learn how to make money work for you like a pilot would learn how to fly a plane in a simulator. Get used to everything that can take you out, every reason that can make you crash. Practice fixing that problem. Practice it over and over again. And then by the time you are actually flying the plane and something goes wrong, you've practiced it so much you don't think about it. You just do it. So join me, hit that button, the thumbs up button, sign up for that webinar, and come on over to our Discord chat to talk about this stuff. Now, the last thing I want to look at, there's never a last thing, but I'm going to finish off by looking at Bitcoin price right now. And would this be a place to add on? If I was just walking into the market right now, I just had a chance to take a look at it. The market normally just goes sideways and chop, chop, chop for most of the time. Then it trends for a while. Then it goes chop, chop, chop. Then it trends for chop, chop, trends for a while, chop, chop, chop. The reason this movement here is so key and that it may turn into something longer is because of the almost broke the trend line. So we did break the small trend line. And so it's worthy of a small position out of this 1, 2, 3 formation. So it may be a little late to be jumping in, but we do see confirmation that it should be breaking higher with these indicators. So this is the 1 hour time frame. Let's go to the 4 hour time frame. It is just crossed positive. So this is really good looking for Bitcoin. How about the on balance volume for this? I'm not sure how much this is important. 1 hour time frame, 15-minute time frame. It is showing significant volume, but then nothing. So we have a real divergence in volume across these three tops. This is the 1, 2, 3 touches of death at the end of an uptrend. It could be a place where it pulls back. And so it's not grabbing me right now as though it is doing an ascending wedge triangle yet that is going to be breaking out. We got to see some of that volume. Again, we're in the volume conundrum, but you can see that we were in the volume conundrum this morning when I did the video right here. We're still in the volume conundrum. There wasn't enough volume. It hadn't broken out. It's like saying it was in this downward divergence. It didn't look good. And all of a sudden, poof, the volume's there to make the price move. So I'm still actually more and more learning about this indicator, I'll say. But let's zoom right into Bitcoin now. The 1 minute view over on my BitMEX chart is already showing that it's pulling back. But here on, oh, that is BitMEX. Let's go to Bitstamp. I want to compare them. So here's Bitstamp. It's already pulling back. And we have our 1, 2, 3 touches of death. The volume's nothing fantastic on this side here. A lot of selling, nothing fantastic yet. We had a good surge of volume there. So I'll watch to see how this plays out. The MACD indicator is really setting up nice. I haven't looked at the RSI here yet. I'm going to have to reload this. This is a drawing I did this morning showing the change of direction is showing up here. This is important that it's changing direction and that it's giving us a couple potential, I'll have to move these now, a couple potential, oh, come on, give it to me. Parallel channels. So this one doesn't cut it anymore. zoom in on this. So I like this parallel channel. Put this back to auto. And what I want to see here, now that we've got this change of direction shaping up, the price can actually stay anywhere inside this parallel channel now, and it's still in the uptrend from where we've started off. Hopefully it moves up a little higher in the channel before going sideways and gets above my stop loss better. And we'll see how this plans out. I wanted to look at the RSI, but I have to reload it. So I'll load my suite. And then I can close these and look at the RSI. So actually, through the live stream this morning on Bitcoin, I'm watching for this view of the RSI to break out of this downtrend line. And then on the 12-hour time frame, I'm looking for this view of the RSI to break out of this downtrend line and to show strength out of this as this is breaking higher. On the 4-hour time frame, we can see that there is a downtrend line that's steep that has already been broken. And that's bullish for me, supporting this 1, 2, 3 formation. Now I wanted to zoom in closer because we are trading this in such a close range. I'm wanting to see that the RSI is supporting it, that it's pulling back and then giving some strength up here is okay. Let's go into the 15-minute bar time frame. This is good so long as the RSI doesn't get down below the center line. If we're getting around this level and dropping below it, then we're hitting areas where we see prices diving. When prices are diving, the RSI is breaking below this level. So long as it stays above this level and moves forward, then this is good. As this is unfolding, we can watch this RSI on the 15-minute time frame, and if it continues to go up into an overbought territory, that will coincide with prices breaking higher. And if this breaks lower as prices are coming up and making another top here, then we are certainly going to be taking a quick switch down. So this is a really important one. And there's the 4-hour MACD. Let's go into the 1-hour MACD, also looking good so far, so long as it doesn't run out of steam and cross over this way right at the end. So now we have the triple top and we have a diverging. It's not the end. It can diverge and pull up, diverge and pull up, diverge and pull up. And if it crosses over and pulls up into a positive histogram where that's positive, but if this histogram keeps going negative and we have our RSI break, we know where this is going. It's right to a real clear point here now that we can get down to these couple indicators and very specific things that we're going to be looking at. So what I want to do, that if this is going to break higher than this, I'm not sure if this is a place to put on a long position or not in our, and since I'm not completely convinced of it, I'll wait. And should it break above these levels, then I'll pay attention to the crossover of this RSI, the position of the relative strength index, and I will tweet that out as I do, get the right button, as I do the trade. So you can follow me, Intro to Cryptos, on Twitter, and I will tweet that out as I go through it. So as this is unfolding, let me clear this off and zoom in on this, because we can see we're looking at the 15-minute bar right now. And as the price changes, so does the indicator. This last little line keeps changing as the price changes. So on this 15-minute time frame, I'm expecting that it's going to continue building up this way. Now, even though I fixed the chat so I could see it, I haven't been watching it. Let me go back to the chat. Trader Rituto, good to have you along. Trader Rituto, you are so regular. Let me upgrade you to moderator status. Dean H, great to have you along. Have I taken a look at the long-term chart and fractal patterns from the beginning of the bear market? I couldn't comment on fractal patterns. And Fibonacci, I'm just the most basic believer in just a couple things of it. But most of those, I kind of think they're like horoscopes where you just fit them to the chart. I don't get it. For me, the only thing that's real is the 1, 2, 3 pattern. Everything else seems subjective. 1, 2, 3 pattern, you can't fudge it. Once it breaks those pattern levels, it's too clear. It's undeniable. And the fact that it happens at every single market turn at the bottom of a parallel channel, and you can filter it by using your exponential moving averages, I just want to focus on that. And if there's something I can learn from fractals, I may research it, but not getting it right now. So I'm not a fractal commentator. F and XRP looks similarly scary for sure. Dash pump. Let's go see what Dash is doing. Dash. Get Bitcoin. Get rid of this. Scroll back down. Dash. Get rid of the indicator. This is a popcorn move, I call it. In that it pops up like popcorn and back down. There's almost no way to predict it, unless there's some news comes out, but there's no way to predict it for my own part. We could have been ready for it by watching for the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation in the 4-hour time frame, because it's there, but it's difficult because if you're going to FOMO into this, you're going to be paying market taker fees. You're going to probably go, oh my God, here it goes, and you do a market order to get in. And then as you're doing the market order, everything's boiling right now. Everybody's just going crazy. Everybody's trying to do a market order. And the system gets overloaded with orders, and you can't get your market order in. So you keep hitting now. By the time you get your order in, there's a whole bunch of selling flooding into the market. And of course, it fills everybody's orders after the system has been inactive. You couldn't do anything in it. Then finally you get your order filled and the price comes back and you're going, oh man, now what do I do? Now you're a bag holder. And if it gets any worse than this, it's even worse and harder to sell out. And so the strategy for this kind of market is to not do anything when it's pumping. Give it an hour, because so many times after this pump, it'll come all the way back down and it'll give you a nice entry where you can put a limit order on just behind the market. And then as the market comes back, somebody will sell to you. You get kicked in. You get paid a fee instead of paying the chaser's fee. When you're a market maker, you get paid the fee on BitMEX, different fees on different exchanges. But as you're chasing the market, you get clobbered. I know. I know, because I've done it so often. And so now I'm a limit order entry guy to save the costs, to make sure that I don't FOMO in on those spikes. And now that the spike season is out there, I know to be hunting for spikes. And so what I'm doing for hunting for spikes is this spreadsheet, the Patreon Altcoin Bull Market Watch spreadsheet. You can have access to all the goodies in this spreadsheet for just $15 a month if you become a patron sponsor. You could be one of our 8 and bring us up to 9. When I'm hoping 10 people, I'm going to create a special report on back testing these trading patterns just for the patron sponsors. And you also get access to this spreadsheet that we update every day so that you can log in and get right to the details, not just seeing this general bullish bearish index. This doesn't really tell you much of anything. It just tells you generally where things are. But this spreadsheet gets into some pretty awesome specifics now, really filtered down so that you can take 2 minutes, poke your nose in, see which coins we're looking at as the first movers, the first potential movers when this does bottom and turn around. All good stuff in there. Let's zoom back into Bitcoin and continue watching this because we're not getting that pattern of buying coming in. So right off this top here, this is starting to look weak, and we have a 1, 2, 3 top formation. 1, 2, 3, not the tool I wanted. But actually we've got the 3 touches of death formation, which is even stronger as a sell top formation. And if that's the case, then we should be seeing immediate changes in Litecoin. I always have Bitcoin in the background here so that I can compare one against the other. So I can see at the minute which one started to fade compared to the other. Exactly the minute this started to fade. It actually started to fade off before Bitcoin started to rally. And that is interesting to see those exact minutes. Let's go back to the chat here. So if there's anything you'd like me to take a look at, the dude with the channel with high altitude put out a video today. Definitely worth a look. Great to have them. There's tons. If you guys haven't seen the Crypto Sniper, search him out. He has some phenomenal stuff too. Alrighty. If you got any coins we can go and take a look at, let me know. Other than that, I'm going to wrap it up because I've got a special report to do for the insiders group. Lots of stuff going on. Fantastic days. Exciting. Great to have you along. I hope you've got a few of you heading over to introdocryptos.ca and putting your email address in. Sign up for that free webinar so you get this complete trading system. You're educated, you're up to date, and as we're going through this stuff, it's going to make sense to you. I want to hear your success stories. I want to see your testnet.bitmex account increased by 300%. I want to see you grow that money. I want to see you grow your confidence in your ability to make your money work for you. And if you're looking for more detailed training, there are only 3 spots left in the special 3 weeks to mastery program that we're just starting up right now. Perfect timing. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm going to sign off for now and wish you guys all the best in your cryptos. Oh, sorry, fractal analysis. Yeah, I don't know fractal analysis. I can't even say it. But anyway, I will let you guys go for now. Thanks again for tuning in. Be sure to check out the new Bitcoin or the new BitMEX tutorial. I should have started off talking about that next time. Anyway, back to Bitcoin prices. Which one is it? And I will tweet it out. If this conforms and produces the patterns, I will take a position in the testnet.bitmex account. So I may have to just record that and upload it afterwards instead of doing a live stream for it. But I'll tune in next time and let you guys know. KCS is pumping. Oh, you're teasing me. KCS is one we were talking about some time ago. This is a secret coin. This is a secret setup. This is a massive, massive formation. In a project that has the similar capacity as Binance, they've got their KuMex set up so that owners of KuCoin get dividends based on the activity going on in the KuMex platform. So for this to be breaking out higher, I do see some amazing upside potential for this. just the shape of that formation is astonishing. To have these higher lows all the way since this time, it's like one of the only coins that has that kind of bottom formation setting up. So that is awesome to bring that up, RC. I love doing these videos, Dean, and I'm hoping that I get all sorts of fantastic responses from you guys. Questions, answers down below. Share this, tweet it out. Let's grow this. If it's helping you, I'd like to help more people. I'd like to keep myself sharp on all of this as well. It really helps my profitability when I'm this close to the market and I'm paying this much attention to it. I do make better profits. Just going over to check platinum and gold prices right now, and checking silver prices. So got some great trades going on those right now as well. Anyway, I will sign off. Never-ending quest to keep control, to make money out of it. All the best, and we'll talk to you on the next live stream. Cheers. I need more screens.